Endowment for Unemployed Youth Initiative and other civil society has expressed concern over the continued delay in the confirmation of Engineer Abdullahi Garba Ramat as chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. The group said the stalled process is creating uncertainty in a sector regarded as central to the country's economic development and ongoing power reforms. The initiative, while speaking to journalists in Abuja through its co-convener Iguad Mumanta, noted that the Senate Committee on Power had earlier completed the screening of the nominee, but the confirmation has not been concluded by the full Senate. It said the delay has raised questions about the commitment of lawmakers to strengthening regulatory leadership in the electricity sector and ensuring continuity in policy implementation. The group described Engineer Ramat as a qualified professional with over a decade of experience, spanning electrical engineering, telecommunications, and strategic management. It highlighted his credentials as a Fellow of the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, a Harvard alumnus, and former managing director of the Kano State Metropolitan Agency, maintaining that his expertise aligns with the demands of the role. He warned that prolonged delay in appointing a substantive NERC chairman could slow down the pace of reforms aimed at improving power supply, attracting investment, and addressing long-standing challenges in the sector. The organization urged the Senate to clarify the status of the nomination to prevent policy setbacks and maintain public confidence in the process. Mumanta announced that it may mobilize unemployed youth for peaceful demonstrations if the confirmation is not concluded within 48 hours. It said the planned action would target the National Assembly and NERC offices to call for transparency and timely decision-making in appointments affecting national development.
Silence in the face of injustice amounts to complicity. And that is why we are not keeping silent again. It is on this note that we have chosen to take a stand and speak courageously to power in order to put an end to the injustice that has trailed the unnecessary, inexplicable, and inexcusable delay in confirming the nomination of Engineer Abdullahi Garba Ramat as chairman of NERC by the Nigerian Senate. Let us put it on record that on the 22nd of October 2025, Senator Enyinia Abaribe Harcourt, Abia South, and Chairman, Senate Committee on Power, and his committee, after a thorough vetting exercise, presented the trial of Engineer Abdullahi Garba Ramat, Mr. Abubakar Yusuf, and Faud Olayinka Animation as Chairman, Commissioner Consumer Affairs, and Commissioner Finance and Administration, respectively, of NERC. However, instead of performing their statutory responsibility of screening and confirming the appointments and nominations from Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Senate decided to constitute a public obstacle to the reform agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, especially in the power sector. Up till now, the Senate has not told us the reason why, like the Princess of Persia, this appointment has been held in the air. The delay in the confirmation of Engineer Abdullahi Garba Ramat, a seasoned and experienced professional, is reportedly due to the actions of the Senate President, Senator Akpabio, and his deputy, Senator Barau. Unfortunately, these two men are top leaders who in public claim to support the president, but in private work against his decisions because of their personal political schemes. Sadly enough, no concrete reasons have been advanced to justify the prolonged delay in confirming this appointee. About Engineer Abdullahi. Engineer Abdullahi Ramat is an electrical energy reform policy expert, and with over 10 years of working experience across diverse areas, and deserve to be given an opportunity to contribute his quota in the reform efforts of Mr. President as a multidisciplinary professional with expertise spanning electrical engineering, electronics, telecommunications, and strategic management with core subject-specific degrees, and in addition to a PhD in strategic management, is undoubtedly most qualified and suited for the chairmanship of NERC. This commission will be a perfect niche for this talented Nigerian to demonstrate his immense proven capacity. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, our position is simple and straightforward. The Senate President, and indeed the leadership of the Senate, of utmost national importance, address Nigerians and state categorically why an eminently qualified Nigerian is being treated in the manner Engineer Ramat has been treated, despite the express appointment and nomination by Mr. President. Are they questioning the wisdom of the president in this appointment? Is there anything in the CV of Abdullahi Ramat or in his antecedents that Nigerians need to know? That is the important question. Enough is enough. If Engineer Abdullahi Garba Ramat's confirmation is delayed for another 48 hours, we shall have no option than to mobilize all unemployed and frustrated Nigerian youths whose future is being compromised by the personal political ambitions of a few bad eggs for a massive protest at the National Assembly and all offices of NERC until the will and wishes of Mr. President, which is in the interest of Nigerians, and indeed the Nigerian people, are achieved and the critical power sector salvaged.